Hey, my friends, Tony here from Elevated. I am super excited to share with you information that I've developed and thought about and pondered about regarding relationships. In particular, the most important relationships in our lives, those with our most significant others, whether it's a spouse, a girlfriend, a boyfriend, those individuals, those that are closest to us, are the ones that we tend to damage the most. I want to share with you a little myth that I found. You probably heard this adage, you attract who you are. I believe that opposites do attract. That's actually the adage. You probably, that opposites attract. And in personality, they do. You might get one that's very extroverted, one that's very introverted, and together they attract and they make a great couple. You might find a very scatterbrained person, a very organized person, and together they attract and they make a great couple. But when it comes to who you are, you attract who you are. You have a specific energy that's tied to you, whether it's negative or whether it's positive, whether you're happy, whether you're sad, whether you're afraid, or whether you're confident and faithful. Whatever it is, you have an energy that's tied to you, and you attract into your life who you are. For me in my life, I attracted my dear sweetheart, Whitney. And together, we grew in fearfulness and in duty. And one day, I was attending a workshop, and it was based off of positive psychology and the power of being positive and faithful and what that really meant. And I started this massive journey of studying and trying to understand faith and what faith really meant and how to live by faith and not by fear. Well, I forgot to take the most important person on that journey with me, and I went alone. And what happened was we were both very fearful. And I decided I wanted to live more positively, and I wanted to live more out of faith. And by the way, whether you live out of faith or fear, there's nothing right, nothing wrong. I just want you to know that I decided I wanted to shift and change and move in a different direction, and I didn't take her with me. And because of that, we grew very far apart. Now we are trying and we are working hard on repairing that and coming back together. And I'm being very open and very vulnerable with you because I want you to know I'm not perfect. I'm far from perfect. I've got a lot of faults and flaws in my life, and you might as well. But you know what? When we can be honest with ourselves and we can share this vulnerability, we can help other people. And so my hope is that this little sharing of how my wife and I have grown apart, but now we want to grow together, hopefully that might help you. So I found that there's 5 things that if you do these in your marriage, you will flourish in faith instead of flounder in fear. But you got to do these 5 things. And if you do these 5 things, you're going to have an amazing marriage, an amazing life, an amazing relationship wherever it might be. So we're going to do a little 5-part series here. I'm going to introduce these 5 things to you here right now, but we're going to do a little 5-part series, and I want you to come join us again on these other parts if you want to get really in depth about these other 5 things that we'll talk about. So number 1 is, do you dream together? We're going to have a segment on that. Do you dream together? Number 2, do you value together? And what does that mean? Number 3, do you communicate together? What does that mean? Number 4, do you grow together? And number 5, do you achieve together? Those 5 things. So come join us again as we review these 5 things that will make your relationship flourish in faith instead of flounder in fear.